If you've ever been going through something, a bad day, a loss, a moment where everything felt too heavy, and your cat appeared and sat beside you and didn't leave, you probably dismissed it as coincidence. You probably told yourself, they just wanted warmth. They just happened to be in the room. But you also felt quietly like they knew. New research suggests you were right. They did. In 2015, researchers at the University of Lincoln published a study examining whether cats respond differently to their owners' emotional states. What they found was nuanced and more interesting than a simple yes or no. Cats are not like dogs, who will actively seek to comfort a distressed human with enthusiastic, obvious affection. But cats do pick up on our emotional states. They become more attentive when their owners are stressed. They seek closer physical proximity when their owners are sad. They modify their behaviour based on what they're reading in us. They just do it quietly, in the understated, dignified way of a creature who has never once made anything easy. So how exactly does a cat know you're sad? They're reading multiple channels simultaneously. First, your voice. Cats are highly sensitive to changes in vocal tone, pitch, rhythm, volume. A flattened, slow voice reads differently than an excited one. Second, your face. A 2016 study found that cats look to their owners' facial expressions when uncertain and adjust their behaviour based on what they see, a phenomenon called social referencing, previously only documented in dogs and human infants. Third, and this is the one that gets me, your scent. Stress hormones like cortisol and adrenaline produce real, measurable chemical changes in human sweat and breath. Cats, with their 200 million scent receptors, may be literally smelling your emotional state before you've consciously registered it yourself. Beyond the scientific instruments, cats are reading your body the way they'd read any animal in their environment. A person who is happy moves differently than a person who is sad. Happy people gesture more. They make more eye contact. Their movements are faster and more varied. Sad people go still. They fold inward. They breathe differently. And cats, who are exquisitely attuned to body language as a primary form of communication, notice all of it. They've been watching you, studying the specific vocabulary of your body since the day you brought them home. By now, they know your baseline. They know what normal you looks like, and they notice when something is different. And then there's what cats actually do with that information. We talked in another video about how cat purring frequencies, between 25 and 150 Hz, have been shown to have therapeutic effects on bone density and tissue healing. But there's more. The same frequencies have been associated with reduced anxiety and lowered heart rate in humans. When a cat sits on your chest and purrs, your nervous system is literally responding to those vibrations. Blood pressure drops. Cortisol levels decline. Multiple studies have shown that cat ownership is associated with a 30% reduction in heart attack risk. The therapy was never in your head. It was in the frequency. There's a cat named Oscar who lived in a nursing home in Providence, Rhode Island. Beginning in 2005, Oscar developed a habit that the staff eventually couldn't ignore. He would choose a patient, lie with them, and stay. And within hours, that patient would die. He was present for more than 100 deaths over his years at the facility. Doctors believe he was detecting biological changes, possibly ketones or other compounds released by failing organs, that signaled the body shutting down. He wasn't bringing death. He was sitting with people so they wouldn't be alone. The nursing home staff began notifying families when Oscar chose someone. He became part of the care team. He was written about in the New England Journal of Medicine, and every day he showed up and did his job. Because somehow he knew. Your cat is not a mind reader. They don't understand grief the way you do, or loss, or the particular weight of a hard day in the way humans experience it. But they understand that something is different. They understand that you are not okay. And they make a choice, a real, deliberate choice, to stay close, to stay still, to be there. In a world that is often too loud and too fast, a creature that weighs 7 pounds has decided, for reasons rooted in millions of years of evolution, and something else we don't quite have a name for yet, to sit with you until things are better. That's not nothing. That's actually everything. If you're having a hard day, find yours. They already know.